Hello. Lately I've been doing videos with my eyes cut off. And I have, what do you call it, TV that's not my right going so I can hear it, you know, because I like to do like 5 things at once. And I can't figure out how to just take a picture, take a photograph with this fucking webcam. Because the webcam, I suppose I could take that duct tape off and figure out how to use the camera that came with this computer. That might be easier. Did you see that smile I just did? It was like a crooked Drew Barrymore smile. Drew Barrymore mouth. Anyway, I severely need to probably check into a dentist and have my instead of using dental floss, I think I need a little bit more work than that, cleaning. I have severe halitosis. No, maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I mean, I'm sure I could make myself have severe halitosis if I want to. I mean, you wouldn't want to kiss me. You just would not want to kiss me. Maybe when I was 17, 21, you would want to kiss me, but not now. I mean, I no kissing. That's off limits. It'd just be rough sex in bed. It'd be just sex and no kissing. So how romantic is that? So I've changed over the years. I have an ulcer, and guess where it is? I mean, I shouldn't be laughing because I'm probably going to die from it, but this stupid doctor named Dr. White gave me this shit to put on my ulcer, and I think it's addicting. You know, it feels good. So anything that feels good is good, right? So it was incredibly windy here today. I went out in the car, tried to have this gross Marlboro Light cigarette, and it just sucked because I think they're like so old they could like torch up by themselves. So I gave the last 2 away to somebody who probably doesn't get a lot of cigarettes. Suffers without cigarettes. So whenever I can contribute to the delinquency of anybody else, I do it. I mean, this person was old enough to smoke. Don't get me wrong there. Don't get me. But however, those little teeny boppers, they're smart. They are smart. I happen to be at a popular okay, I'll turn this down a little bit. A popular golfing facility in town, and this carload of chicks, and they were Asian. 3 of them were Asian, and maybe one was a white chick. I don't know, but they targeted me. They seen me get in my car, and they come running over, almost running over me, and they're like, hey, will you buy us some cigarettes? Will you buy us some cigarettes? And, you know, without thinking, I mean, come on. I mean, you know, these chicks, if they smoke, they drink, their parents are rich, they belong to a golf course that's like, whatever, hundreds of thousands upon thousands of dues a year. So, and I was blindsided. God's honest truth. I didn't realize what these chicks were doing to me, but boy, they were quick. Boom! They're like, here's the money, and there's the store, and before I knew it, I had bought some youth, some cigarettes. Well, at least I didn't buy them, like a case of beer, and a fucking quart of tequila, and some fucking Cabo Wabo, or all that shit too. I could have got that there too, but they were just into the cigarette, which most young girls are still. This was many, many moons ago. So, as a youth, I didn't smoke. I drank. I didn't smoke nicotine. I drank. We drank, and had a gay old time. We had a ball. We drove up in the canyon, played freeze out when it was 40 below and blizzarding, rolled all the windows down and floored it like 60 miles an hour up the canyon on glare ice, freshly laid snow. And then we'd just do pranks. Back in the day, you could venture off the highway and wind up at a kegger in a bonfire, you know, by taking a rickety old road less traveled and muddy. You know, if it had been raining, it was like gutted out and ruddy and only like a quarter of a mile back, and police didn't have a clue, or if they had a clue, they didn't care. They left us alone. Thank God, you know, I have so much to be grateful for, and I can, you know, on any given day, I could sit around and think, gee, my life sucks, big donkey dick, and when in actuality, no, I have fond memories of my childhood that's all she wrote. I mean, that's not in the film, no. But my friend, my beloved friend, Craig, we graduated in '78, and he ran off to Denver right away upon graduation, and sad, so sad, he contracted HIV, like boom, and then died, because back then, they couldn't save people. I mean, they didn't know what the fuck it was. What the fuck do I have? I'm dying, my dick's falling off, whatever. But his spirit is probably with me, as is everybody's spirit, and I don't want to sing the wrong song into conclusion and lose my voice like Julie Andrews. So, I mean, you know, you may think that's greedy, but I mean, hey, I don't want to lose my singing voice, even though I don't use it. I mean, that's what he said. Excuse me. So, a few days ago or a week ago, I was getting cabin fever, getting, you know, to where I want to, you know, treat myself to a Greyhound bus ride somewhere, I don't know. And, but I don't want it to be packed full of hip-hop rappers from Minnesota like it was when I headed out to Vegas. They were like that dude that won American Idol that was big and fat. He was on there, or he looked like the spitting image of that dude, and And they were all like pretending to be my best friend, but they were like backstabbing. And of course one of them had to say, oh, you'll be tricking at the bus depot right when you step foot there. Right when you get off the bus, you'll be tricking. You'll be a whore. Instantaneous. And I thought, me? Instantaneous whore? I don't think so. So I never paid for so they never yeah, okay. Whatever. That stays in Vegas, right? That stays there. Okay. And of course the last trip I went on was, I went through Michigan and all these people, every time I stopped for a fucking Coke or a burrito or something, or gas, people were like on their phones, like looking at me, staring at me when I'm driving down the highway in my car, and I'm like 80 pounds lighter than I am now, and I'm wearing a pair of Jay-Z's beautiful embroidered Echo Unlimited, whatever, with a big dragon on the 5. These chicks are looking at me like, look at her. Look at her. Who does she think she is? Look at her. No, they weren't black. They were white chicks. And probably my ex-husband's crowd. My ex-husband's co-cores or whatever. I don't know. So when I stayed in Motel 6s, I thought, well, budget down, I can't spend $110 at the Hampton, or whatever. Even though my first hotel, I didn't even leave the state of South Dakota, I paid like $110. I said, hey, I'm on vacation, I'm gonna live it up. I should have got 5 days for $110. Yeah. And I didn't get any Wyndham reward points. They fucked me in the ass over that, and I let them know it. I said, what's up with this fucking Wyndham reward fucking time I'm doing here? Anyway, but one time, okay, this is off the subject of traveling, but I stayed in this local Motel 6, and I had an appointment with this broad. Okay, it wasn't, I really shouldn't have even gone, but anyway, what happened was somebody came in through the huge heater vent that's right outside the bathroom, and it's on top of the ceiling by the coat rack. When I woke up, the phone was off the cradle, and I was waiting for the front desk to call me and tell me to get the fuck up and to get a shower and get going because I have an appointment. And I came to, and at the time my meds, relaxed me and put me to sleep. And when I came to, looked at the phone, freaked out that I hadn't gotten a call from the desk. The phone was off the cradle. And somebody had been tiptoeing through the fucking tulips in my room while I was out. How scary is that? How scary is that? Scary. So, I didn't complain. I said, geez, I'm lucky to be fucking alive. I gotta get out of here. And I barely made it to my worthless appointment with this dizzy broad that lived in a soap opera set house. It looked like a piece of shit barn on the outside with no landscaping, and then when you get in there, it's like all decked out like a fucking soap opera, like All My Children, mansions and shit. And then she goes, oh, I've got to go horseback riding with 6 of my girlfriends. Ugh. Anyway, while I was in Vegas, I will say this, I could have had my jaw dislocated like a million times. maybe when I weigh 120 pounds, I'm more agile, and my bones and my muscles are more in tune with the way I've got to book and boogie. Subject. Nah. Oh, I seen a video that said extreme, massive alcoholic. Well, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, I guess. And it's kind of like second crutch. You know, my prescribed medicine would be first crutch. Alcohol would be second crutch. If I lived in Colorado, well, I might not even be able to store a doobie from what they've been saying about this shit. Bogart's down there, bogarted the whole supply, and their people are out to kill him from the 5-state area. Some people learn. I mean, in Jersey, when I went to visit Superfeb, AJ, he adamantly opposed any smokage or any, well, because he got into a little scrape when he was younger, and it scared the fuck out of him, I guess. Scared him straight. Some people learn from one time. I had to go way over 9 times. I mean, that's just 9 arrests. That's not 9 charges. I probably have 20 charges, all having to do with being drunk. And now, let me tell you, I have to go to court again Wednesday morning. And I'm not really sure why, because the charge doesn't suit the maneuver, doesn't suit the incident. So I'm like going to be blindsided from left field when I get to the oh shit, don't tell me there's another spirit in here. Anyway, I'll end with this. I was singing So Emotional. I was singing some Whitney Houston, but it was like 2 weeks after her death, and I was singing So Emotional, and I jumped up because I wanted to have a glass of wine. Well, the big bottle of wine was still in the brown paper bag, and when I went to grab it, it shattered, and it was like blood splattered everywhere, but it was wine. But the bottle wasn't even open. Now that's some serious spirits. I mean, yeah, I didn't mean to tread on her fresh grave, but you know, I love to sing a couple of those songs. She was a wonderful gal, and I hope her daughter married the right guy or whatever. No. So I don't know what fucking flew to the ground, but I'm gonna check it out. Peace, love, Michael Jackson. Thriller. This has been a report by Wanda Echoes.